button has been clicked. And got it. And we're live. Hello.
Right.
And Keith, take it away, please.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith and the Girl poker champion, Keith Malley.
Congratulations. And I am Chemda.
Thank you. Gendar, goodbye. Rick, goodbye. Lucas, goodbye. Johnny Shows, goodbye. Chemda, bye-bye. Poker champion #1 in the chat room. We play poker. I'm the best. I am the kid, sometimes known as the king, and it's good to be here. How are you?
Not as good as you. You did win poker last night. It is
the best.
It is getting tough to win. I think everyone we play with is great. I was voting for Snicky, and
yeah, that's odd.
Congrats anyway. Yeah,
that was interesting. But yes, the best. What is that like to do a show with such a champion as myself?
You tell me. I won a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Kanda, that's the past. Okay. Let's go back to the 1967 Six-Day War borders, right, Kanda? Okay, that's the past. This is now. All right. Hello, everybody. Anyway, chat is fun, and I'm the best. I do have a letter that was sent for Kanda, and I'd like to read this. Joseph says, Kanda, you never failed to impress. My dad cribbed the phrase grace under pressure from Hemingway, and I heard it often growing up. If there was a KATG category for that state of grace, you would surely win it year after year. Listening to the complicated feelings you had upon learning about Emmy's death was only the latest example of your embodiment of that state of grace. Being of an age where I too have lost friends, lovers, and partners, it was refreshing to hear you process some of your feelings through the show. Things that were and are hard, the goofy times you all shared, how intimately these people were connected to you at one time, even hearing your defense of the right not to be in a relationship with you. This is only one note in a sea of fans who have reached out throughout the years to let you know how much your words have meant, but I will add my voice to the choir. I am glad you exist. We will likely never meet, but my life is better for having you in it. Thanks again for all the honest moments through the years. I wasn't here in the beginning, but I will be with you until the wheels fall off. Peace, love, and Keith and the Girl, Joseph.
That not the sweetest to take the time and write all of
hold on. Sorry. P.S. Keith is probably the smartest poker player who ever did. Well, that is nice, Joseph. That is very beautiful to read. But isn't that sweet?
It is. It's so nice. I can't rehear that. I'm glad at least a couple people think it was nice.
Say that again.
I can't rehear the section that he's talking about. I don't want to.
Like the Emmy part specifically. You're saying
you
don't want to rehear what you said. I
that's
heard
what I felt at the time, and then that's where it is in time.
It really was a grace under pressure. I heard it 18 times. I don't think I'm exaggerating. I see some people are having trouble with our forums. Michael's on the case. Anytime I tell your brother, nobody can figure this out ever, Michael. And he's like, okay, I'll get it done. I'll show everybody. But there's some little problem going on with it. I guess if you don't type in the www, the forums works on certain browsers and blah blah blah. But he's gonna fix it. Don't worry. So we're on the case. But Appia, she knows how to get things done, and she left a message on the forums. Okay, let me tell people how hard it is. The hardest part of this show, I think, isn't the show, isn't promoting it. It's the polls. It's the polls that we put out for each show.
And it's a self-inflicted poll.
We don't have to do it by law.
Oh my God, we should name this episode Self-Inflicted Poll.
Have you ever had, the poll was, because we were talking about the Courtney Cox, other Hollywood stars that they pretend they got just a little bit of filler in their face, but obviously they have a whole new head, and they're the ones who bring it up. Like, I shouldn't have done this. But if you're going to be honest, be honest. We can see your face. Anyway, the poll was, have you had any elective cosmetic procedure done to your face or body? Yes or no? And Appia wrote, I'm not doing a lot, but I do some stuff. And I'm like, okay, I like your honesty. She's always open. I'm 45 and have never done Botox, but I color my hair.
We're not counting that, right?
No.
Okay.
But I know she voted yes.
You think so?
I do it myself with brown henna. So that's a type of hair dye. Every few weeks, I do a package of henna, hot water, and oil mixed together overnight. So it's okay, but I still wish I would be okay with gray hair on me, but I'm not. On other women, yes, to each their own. I follow many women on Instagram who go gray to reprogram myself. So far, no luck. I also have to do my nails. What the fuck is happening? Because when I don't, they look bad. Well, I guess I have to vote yes, too, because I shave sometimes.
Well, I think
driving me insane.
I think we're talking between primping and procedures,
right?
Which both fall under, the physical being of looking younger or hotter.
Courtney Cox got her nails done too many times. That's what we're talking about, and she regrets it because she looked so cute in Friends, and then she got her shoulders waxed. Oh my Lord in heaven! What a world. Today's poll is polls. What or huh? Those are your choices. All right. Today's guest. Let's get right to it. Lot to cover. It's my buddy. It's your buddy. It's everybody's buddy, except his exes. Matt Bachus. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
You have like a glow about you. Sometimes I feel like Matt is either, on top of the world or he's suicidal. And Matt looks like he's in a good mood today. Is this safe to say?
That is safe to say.
All right. Very good. What were you saying, Kenda?
Do you primp? Do you have any procedures done?
I mean,
do you wake up like that?
Oh, I do my hair in the morning. I wash my face.
Welcome to Holly Weird.
I shave. I don't know. I think I do the basics.
I'm sorry. Does washing our face count? Because wow, we really have to go back to the wording.
Listen, she dyed her hair. We're talking about putting fucking plastic in your face.
Well, Matt just said that washing his face is primping. So
I don't know what counts anymore. What counts? I clip my toenails. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to be more. I follow Instagram where people are cave people to reprogram myself, but
Well, comedians don't have a reputation for taking the best care of themselves. So I think as far as comedians go, I'm a diva. The fact that I do this in the morning sometimes with my hair, it's not okay for some people.
Matt has a new podcast, but let me remind you of the old podcast. Was called Hold My Bread. By the way, I went to listen to the last show because I think I missed it. Your goodbye show back in June or July.
Yep.
Did you take them down and it still looks like it's there, or
they're gone? Yeah, they're gone forever.
Now, why? Because why? It's a new you, and nobody needs to hear the old me. This is my new life.
I just kind of felt like it had run its course, and the people that had heard it, and I didn't really think anything was gonna. I don't know. I just didn't see a point to keeping them up.
Did you delete them, or did you just take them down?
No, they're gone. It's all gone.
So you can see it, but when you click on it, it says it's unavailable.
I did not know you can still see it. I'll have to figure that out.
Are they gone from your computer?
Yeah, they don't exist anywhere.
They're completely gone. You deleted work that you did.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Okay, can this be the poll? Like, my heart is dropping for you. Is this because of all the books that say, like, if it doesn't bring you joy, just get rid of it?
I mean,
is your space in New York City so crowded that your computer can't even take it?
I just didn't see a point to keeping it. Like, I mean, the people that listened and they were nice and they were supportive and I appreciate them, but it was like, we got out of it what we were going to get out of it. The people that listened to it, I think the people were going to listen to it. I just didn't see a point in having it hang around and take up space. And
Hemda has a point. Be honest. Is it because you have a small New York apartment?
No, come on.
You know that you don't have to store podcasts. Like, I don't have to like stack them in my room. You know, I mean, I feel like you're a couple episodes in, you should know how they're stored, right?
I admire this in a way. I'm not sure I'm not sure where to put this in my head. I don't know that I would know how to do that. I'm still getting rid of things, and I have like the least amount of things I've ever had, I think. But
I do when I write stuff and I don't like necessarily what I wrote, I don't save it like I should to look at it later. I do delete it, and I regret that. And a podcast seems even more like a finished product. So to get rid of that, even though I just said what I did, seems like a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was proud of it. Like, there's some episodes that were good. There's some episodes that were bad. And like I said, we always got really nice messages from the listeners, but I just kind of felt like it had run its course and it was time to.
You hear that, people? You hear that? You don't wait to be a fan.
Right.
when that person dies, and you don't wait to be a fan when that person wakes up and has sunlight in his room because he's going to be like moving on with his life. Look at how much sunshine is going into Keith's room. Beware. I mean, you don't know what's going to change someone's life.
Right. A podcast is at your schedule, but not at your leisure. So he has a new podcast coming out, and better listen to it now.
This new podcast is also better. Like the new podcast we're recording, we're stacking episodes right now, and it's better than, I think it's better than Hold My Bread. I think it's a better podcast. So
it better fucking be, because Hold My Bread doesn't exist.
Yeah, I want people to hear the new podcast. I don't want them to listen to the old podcast. It's just, I'm not as proud of it as I am of this.
And it's also metaphorical. Like Hold My Bread was about the stock market. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Right. Bye-bye podcast. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What's this new podcast?
It's just kind of like, I feel like this is just my thought on it, but I feel like there was a big push in podcasts where there were so many podcasts where you had to have like a theme, and there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously there's books and money and food and, all these podcasts. And I feel like it went so hard in that direction that I feel like there's been a bit of a swing back towards people just kind of hanging out and talking. So it's just a podcast with me and two other comedians talking. We're going to have guests on. We're going to have Mike, a friend of mine. I do a show in the East Village. My friend owns a vintage store. We're going to have him on. We're going to have one of our buddies who's on our bowling team on. He's in a band.
What's it going to be called?
We're still trying to figure that out a little bit, but one of the guys I do the podcast with wants to call it Boys House Remix, because he moved into our apartment, took over my other roommate at the time, and we had our group chat was Boys House, and then when he moved in, I renamed it Boys House Remix, and he was like, "I like that. That's nice." So,
okay. Yeah. I mean, I take it from the girl. I don't want to grow up. I'm the girl forever.
Getting back though, real quick to the old podcast. Did you see the movie Dumb Money? The
I haven't
GameStop
seen it yet.
movie.
I have not seen it yet.
You're over the stock market altogether. I didn't.
Just a touchy subject. That was a weird time, and that was kind of a weird time in my life, honestly. So it's just I'm like a little. I'm not nervous to watch it, but I'm just not ready to go back and revisit that whole thing yet. Really.
You think it'll be triggering?
Honestly, I think it'll be a little bit interesting, a little bit difficult for me to watch, because that was a very stressful couple weeks for me.
Did you lose money, or you got out early and you?
No, I did make money, but it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. I just feel like
no joke. It was like if you waited like a couple months, you'd be a millionaire, something like this. Am I exaggerating?
No. I sold when it was at its so I sold when it was near its peak, and then I beat myself up because I panicked, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're an idiot." I go, you let them scare when they shut off the buy, or they shut off the buy or whatever, the sell. I can't remember which one they did at this point.
They shut the buy. We kept trying to
so
buy.
When they shut that off, I panicked, and so I was like, they're gonna fuck you somehow. You have to sell. So then I sold, and then I was mad at myself because I was like, you're such a you put all this work in, you put all this time in, and you let them scare you into doing this. And so I beat myself up, and then it turned out that right when I sold, it just tanked. It went down, and it never recovered. So I sold at a pretty good time.
Okay. Did you make a lot from that?
I made a lot. Yeah. It wasn't like enough to retire on, but it was the most money I've ever had.
Listen, we already established that he's feeling good. He can't trigger more good feelings, Keith. You gotta space that out. Winter's coming.
But I think I'd see this Dumb Money movie with my legs on the seat in front of me. Well, right. Just the stress of it would bother you again.
I honestly think it might. And honestly, it might not be anything. I might see it and it might not be a big deal at all, but it was like a thing where I was waking up at, right, like pre-market, watching things pre-market. I had all these, I felt like a
did you,
my laptop.
Say it again. You're freezing a little.
Stuff. I was
repeat that. Repeat that. You were freezing a little bit.
Sorry. I was, I would wake up early before pre-market.
Okay. Sounds good. Man, Robin keeps trying to shut you down. They don't want you to say it.
Right. They don't want me to speak the truth.
Did you watch were you watching that guy that wears the headband that was telling everybody to hold?
I did. I had a conversation with somebody at a party about it. And then he turned me on to that guy. And then I was watching him until they basically were like, they made him stop making those videos.
Who? Oh, right. They sued what? Like whoever he worked for said stop making the videos.
Yeah.
Obviously, the powers that be talked to them.
Yeah, exactly. They were basically like, all right, well, we're not going to pursue you, but they were like, but you have to be done. You cannot talk about this anymore. And then he just stopped.
Right. Has he sold?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he was ahead of everything. That guy made so much money. I mean, he was ahead of it. So I'm sure he sold. I don't know if he's still holding any, but I mean, he definitely sold probably at the right time.
I believe I saw on. Oh, by the way, did you see Rite Aid filed for bankruptcy?
What?
I mean, I guess those in the know say it's not a surprise because they had $3 billion in losses over the past 6 years.
What? A pharmacy?
I guess I get it. I remember a while ago looking for any kind of job, and I applied to Rite Aid, and they said, "Do you have a resume?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Then no, you can't work here." And I'm like, "Ah, shit, it was a trick." And I guess you can't have a good business plan if you lock up all your razors and ice cream. And you're
they're the ones that are doing that, right? It's I don't think anyone wants to go in there anymore. You go in and you have to ask somebody who's hiding in the back because they don't want to work there if you can get some toothpaste. But it is surprising. A pharmacy shutting down. Come on. A drugstore? Is it because weed is available now? What's happening?
Maybe. Did you I saw this on Instagram. Are you a year sober or more? Or
I'm I'm like 14 months sober, I think now.
How you doing?
Great. Things are good. I mean, it's still hard. Every day is a commitment, but it's good.
The world still does bullshit, right?
Yeah. I mean, now I'm just aware of everything going on. It sucks, but
but I wake up on time.
Yeah, but I wake up, I don't feel bad, and things are okay.
Right.
What's your go-to if you want to somehow
cocaine?
Yeah, just not as much as before. I've learned moderation.
Like some people go to sugar. A lot of people
advice?
Yeah, what's your advice?
You
do me a favor and restart your stuff, Matt. We'll keep going. I'm getting a little max headroom over here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And
then also Ryan V is saying it was over an opioid lawsuit, and I'm assuming he's talking about Rite Aid.
Wasn't that a while ago though?
Maybe it takes a while to do the paperwork.
I guess. All right. I guess. I do love those movies, those opioid movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
why?
Why? I guess because I'm an addict and opioids weren't my thing necessarily, but yeah, how the knowing the powers that be and how they trick these doctors, then the stories about the doctors that are obviously playing dumb, and
does it
find all that interesting.
Are you interested, like, because you said you were an addict? Are you interested as an addict because it's like, yeah, it's not just my fault?
Maybe because I don't necessarily care about the regular person in these stories. I care about the Sacklers. That I care about the doctors. I care about the pharmacists, and
people being tricked. You're saying
yes,
like people in power managing to be tricked, even though they're in power. Is that what you're saying?
That sounds right. Sounds right. But Dope Sick is fantastic, and then there was a Netflix. That's on Hulu, and then there was a Netflix one. Yeah, I dig it very much. You can follow Matt. He'll come back, but you can follow him on Instagram at Matt Bachus Sucks. Do you see Instagram and TikTok and these they call them challenges now, and they call them pranks. They call them challenges. And the latest one is this new trend is where you put the camera up. You're there with your toddler, and you go, hey, we're gonna make a cake or something. Goes to crack an egg, cracks the egg on the baby's forehead. And then the baby's like, what the fuck? And then the adult laughs, end the video, and that's the crack an egg on your baby's head prank.
There's also ones where they follow through. There's one where the kid goes, that's not nice. And then there's one where the kid takes an egg and cracks it on their head.
Yeah, right. And then the parents are like, that's not the bit, but I guess it keeps you from crying.
I don't like that because
what's the fucking prank? You're doing it.
You're physically assaulting and then they go,
I'm joking. I do the baloney bit. I ball up baloney and I throw it at you. It's a joke. Don't you even get the joke?
It is incredible. Like the adults are fucking falling out of their face laughing, and the kids are so confused as to like, hey, that was like the rudest thing on earth.
Yeah.
They're so clutching their pearls. Like, what would make you even think to do that? Their
Right.
whole
And then,
world is rocked.
and then they get confused when later the kid starts punching them in the balls. Like, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening in this house.
Right,
It's
exactly.
it's comedians that start talking to the audience, and they don't understand when the audience keeps talking throughout the show. We don't know what's happening anymore. We're hey Matt, we're talking about these little TikTok pranks. You know, the Pepper X challenge, the world's hottest pepper. When your partner sleeps, throw it in their mouth. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
No one's doing that, are they?
Well, it's one I'm coming up with. You have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, with a divorce, if that's where you're starting. I don't know how to come back from that. I was sleeping.
And then you're going to show, you know, the adults, the kid is now going to be an adult and sees when the parents cracked an egg on their forehead. They're going to be like, well, what the fuck was this? It was a different time.
You don't understand. We thought it was hilarious.
Right.
Look how funny it is. Now that you're an adult, is that not funny? Now
Right.
imagine just like 2 minutes before we had to fucking wipe your asshole. So
Right.
this is how we let it out.
Oh my God. Big Hollywood news. Burt Young, the Oscar-nominated actor who played Rocky Balboa's brother-in-law, Paulie, in the Rocky movies, has passed away. He was the bane of Rocky's existence. I'm reading this article and it says one of those he played working man characters. This guy, Burt Young. He was Paulie, Rocky Balboa's best friend, and the brother of wife Adrian. He was not Rocky's best friend. Rocky, the reason there are 18 Rocky movies is because Paulie always wasted all the money. Rocky 5 starts and it's like, finally, I'm here with Adrian and I'm retired. And Paulie goes, actually, Rock, I kind of fucking took all the money and got caught in a savings and loan scam. So you got to box again, even though your brain is jello. Paulie was a real piece of shit. But anyway.
May I interrupt you because, you know, the chat is catching up to the fact that this person died. And Captain Mushface is saying, I thought Paulie was already dead. So thoughts and prayers from our audience out to the loved ones of everybody.
Yeah, they've had to lose him twice now.
Right. Well, right. This is devastating. Maybe, right. I'm like, I have news about Burt Young. And he's like, yeah, he's back. No.
Yeah, it's never what you hope.
He starred in over 160 movies and television shows. He became a reliable character actor who could play tough guys in mobs or working men just trying to make it.
He was in 160 movies?
Yeah.
How? Name 2 other than Rocky.
Rocky, there's 103.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Hey, Rocky, I fucked up again. Rocky put America and Russia together. And then the next movie starts like, hey, Rock, I restarted the war. So I fucked up. And Rocky's like, oh, now who would I got to fight? Young's performance in the first Rocky movie earned him an Oscar nomination. And he would go to reprise the role in every other Rocky movie. So there were 6 Rocky movies, and then there were 3 Creed movies.
3 what?
3 Creed. Apollo Creed was the guy he fought in the Rocky movies. His son is a boxer now, and there's movies based on that, and there's 3 of those now.
Oh, that's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
He was only nominated for the first one, though.
Yes, it got a little redundant that he kept fucking the family. We're like, we get it, Paulie. You're a piece of shit. They kind of wanted to take it back, like, oh, I get it. This character isn't that deep.
Wow, but continuing it sort of like it's a spinoff is really smart. These Jews in Hollywood. Wow.
Hello. For different reasons, there are different movies that I like. I, of course, love the first Rocky film. Well, you were in 5 others. But okay. Young is survived by his daughter, a brother, a grandson, reports the Times. His wife, Gloria, died in 1974. I ran into him, by the way. And
1974
is when his wife died. Yeah. Well, he still dated.
No, that's like 50 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he never got
wife.
Well, he doesn't bring up none of the articles I can find out about any of the girls he dated. And I say girls because I ran into him once at the Comfort Diner. In fact, I wrote about it in my autobiography, if you'll indulge me for a minute. It was 86 in Lexington here, I see. Welcome to the Comfort Diner, home of the world famous Shit Shake. for those of you in the know.
Let's move on.
Let's see. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes you get a nice treat being a waiter. At this same diner, I met legendary celebrity Abe Vigoda. He was in The Godfather, Barney Miller. 4 years in nice New York City restaurants, nothing. First day at the diner, Abe Vigoda. Abe only ate a cup of cream of mushroom soup. Now you know how he keeps that stylish look of death. I walked up to him all excited. Abe Vigoda, oh my God, you're magnificent. Say something to me. What do you want me to say? Oh God, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. Abe Vigoda, ladies and gentlemen. Burt Young, who played Paulie, Rocky's troublesome brother-in-law in 12 groundbreaking movies. I'm trying to keep this book from being outdated. Stopped in the Comfort Diner for takeout. He was all lovey-dovey with a much younger woman. He was lovey-dovey with a woman that was so sickeningly young. It is very upsetting and unnerving. And that's why yeah.
Did you feel like let's say, so he
gross.
only ordered mushroom soup. What did she order? Anything?
That was Abe Vigoda. I was just throwing that in to brag.
Okay.
He got food to go,
Mhm.
and we have a bench at the front where you can sit across from the where you pay. And they were just really making out and grabby, and it was like Lauren Boebert grabby, and it skeeved me out.
Oh, I was gonna say if they were at your table, and even if she just ordered a burger, you asked for her ID.
Right. When the very friendly Mr. Young was ordering things off the menu and wasn't facing me, I released some rapid fire kidney punches. Who's tough now, Rocky? And then he turned around and pummeled me. It was so cool. That, of course, didn't happen, but I did tell him how cool it was to meet him. And this is true. And I did this. This is so stupid, but I did this because of the weird relationship. Hey, you're the brother-in-law in Rambo. And he chuckled and corrected me. Yes, I am, but it's Rocky. I'm from Rocky. No, I really think it was Rambo. That was a true story. I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to get him somehow. No, is Rambo. Thank you. I wanted to be in his head all day. Anyway, Burt Young, rest in peace.
That was your version of cracking the egg on his head.
Yes.
And by the way, did you say 74 or 94 his wife died?
Because the wife died in 1974.
74. So that is 50 years ago, almost.
Yeah, right.
So if I fucking die in 50 years and you put my ex-husband because I never fucking got remarried in my obituary, go fuck yourself. It's X. A year later, you do not mention him in my life as part of my fucking milestones, right?
Well, I don't know if his
I don't know
if his ex. Right. I think I think it was just that let's see.
Doesn't it make you a widow?
His wife, Gloria, died in 1974. So you wouldn't say
right,
ex.
died. Okay, right.
Right.
Yes. It is still weird though that you can that 50 years later is such a different life.
I'm gonna have all my exes listed in my obituary. No, not my widows, just my exes. It's gonna be a very long list.
We assume they're devastated.
Exactly.
And realize
just
how
in
they
case
blew
they
it.
were wondering, in case they want to come throw themselves on my coffin.
Oh,
Take
for me it'll
turns
be
throwing
like
yourself.
everybody's invited to the funeral except for the following, and it's just a list of my exes.
Yeah, and they will be patted down to make sure they don't have any illicit anything.
Yeah, none of these obituaries I see mention the 18-year-old girlfriend. I found that interesting.
He's survived by his 18-year-old girlfriend.
Right. His girlfriends are like survived 5 times over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Went on to live a long and happy life.
Right. Let's see here. Oh, this is funny. I want to play something for you guys. Donna Kelsey. Do you follow football and more importantly Taylor Swift, Matt?
Oh yeah.
What do we think about this relationship?
I mean, sure.
You rooting for him?
Why not? I don't care. I mean, whatever. It doesn't change my life in either way.
I like watching
best of luck.
I like watching the announcers roll their eyes but they have to keep talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You know how
I do like how
mad
some football fans are getting about it.
Right.
They're like, God, I come here to not be inundated with this. I come here to watch men be men. I don't come here to see Taylor Swift. And it's like, all right, it's like 10 seconds. Why don't you relax?
Right.
But that is how it changes our lives, in that I don't think I've ever spoken about Taylor Swift this much before in my life.
Right.
So she's made her way into everybody's mouth.
So about a week ago, I haven't heard this until today, Donna Kelce, the mother of the two great football players, Travis Kelce, who's for the Chiefs and dating Taylor Swift, and the brother Jason Kelce, great football player, plays for the Eagles, both of them in the Super Bowl at the same time. She was on, the mom, again, Donna Kelce, was on the Today Show. And, they're like, hey, let's just talk about your life. Obviously trying to get Taylor Swift information.
Wait, does she do anything other than she's the mom of these two?
No.
Okay, but she's
she's just sweet. She's sweet.
Okay.
And she's known because she did a little press tour during the Super Bowl, because two of her boys were in it playing against each other.
Oh, it's kind of like how we know Serena and the Williams sisters' father.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. Although I don't know how much football Donna Kelce played, but yes, exactly. This is Donna Kelce talking about what she thinks of the relationship so far.
Well, it's fun watching you on the box. We only could see you at home on our TVs. Mm-hmm. Was that the first time you'd met Taylor?
Yeah, it's fairly new, so I don't like to talk about it. It's just one of those things where, obviously everybody saw me. I was in the boxes with her, and it's just another thing that's amped up my life.
Yeah, what was she like? What was it? So you got to know her a little bit. Got to see with a couple games. How was it?
It was okay. Yeah.
Well, we both met her, and we've always sort of just been delighted by her way.
Yeah.
Did Travis say, Mom, if you...
Okay, but I'm going to play that again, that part. That's the only reason she's on, honestly, No, I just want to talk about football. Really, we're on game 4.
No, but it's not going to go anywhere better, though.
Right.
I guess,
but when she says at the Donna gives a smile, like, come on, and then rolls her eyes, and it's at Taylor. Did you have fun? Yeah, I don't fucking know.
But I also feel like this is an adult mother, of 2 adult men. So it's like, hey, your son is dating someone for 5 minutes. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Right.
They're playing football. Like I'm there to see my sons, and I have to meet one of their current girlfriends. Like, no one's saying anything to me. She wouldn't have been over at church or at Sunday dinner. She's there because she's the date. Like, I'm not committing to her before my son does.
Yeah, I like that. It's just like a regular mom response to be like, I don't know. That's just the person that my son is dating, and I have to be around her, and that's fine. Like, that's
okay.
I like
but
that.
if your mom's at a party with your new girlfriend,
that's at best. Right. By the way, it seems like it didn't go best.
Right. If your mom's at a party with your girlfriend, it's like, oh, how do you like the new girlfriend? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Those aren't the reviews I'm looking for as a girlfriend.
Right.
I'd like, she's really sweet. Let's see where it goes.
He likes her.
Yeah.
He puts pineapple on his pizza. I don't. Everybody likes different things, even though we're all Kelce's.
Let's just say we didn't talk about Israel Palestine.
Right.
Well, we both met her, and
let me go back a little bit more. But
look how Keith delights in this. He
it's
loves
so funny
when realness comes out of people's mouths in Hollywood, like by accident. Like, just like, I'm polite, and it's like, no, you're not. We see you.
Right. Okay, we got over the weather talk. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna throw this. I don't even. Who cares? Taylor Swift was. Tell me anything about her. What she eat? When she shit?
With a couple games. How was it?
It was okay. Yeah.
and on top of it, I've seen some of those games where she was there. Taylor Swift really looked like she's trying to work the mom. And the mom's watching the game, and Taylor Swift is throwing her arm around her, and and leaning in and the mom's like facing forward for the most part. Like, just leave me alone. You're really trying hard.
Rookie move, kid.
Yeah.
The mom grew up watching football. She knows, I'm sure she knows more than I do about football. I'm sure she's well versed in it. And Taylor Swift has just been thrown into it. Like, did you see the cheat sheet that someone wrote out for her?
No.
About there was like a picture going viral on the internet about somebody had written out a cheat sheet for like the rules, some of the rules and when to cheer. And there's also like a video of Patrick Mahomes throws an interception and she like is so excited and you can see somebody lean over and be like, that's not good.
Right. Yeah, she does seem fake, and she seems emotionless to me. And then, you know, whenever I knew when she won awards, she'd be like, oh my God, first of all, but yes, of course, you're still happy, but you're not fucking shocked. And you're more excited in that booth than the mom is about what's happening. You know, I would see like a regular play let's say it goes 10 feet and Taylor's like, oh my God, it's like, that's their job. And this is nothing. Calm down. But yeah, now I know there's a cheat sheet that tells you when to cheer.
I swear to you, you can find it online. It's written, like it's clearly written. It was left behind in the box. They cleaned out the box and they found it. But I was excited. I love sports betting.
I don't believe that. I have to see the cheat sheet because when I learned what football is and like when people are cheering and why, I don't know what you could have cheat sheeted me with on that.
Well, it's like uniforms and I don't know. It's like, I don't remember what was on the list, but it was like a list.
Oh, like who wears what and whose side?
You don't know that your side is red?
What your boyfriend's uniform looks like? Just like,
well, I think it literally had stuff where it was like the basics of football, where it's like you have 4 tries to get 10 yards, like shit like that. But again,
you're not going to read it. But you're not going to read it during the game. Why would you take it out? And just read the room. When they're clapping, you clap if you want.
Yeah,
take it in. You know what a touchdown is. You have a TV up there, I bet. Also,
I don't know. It was cool though. I like to gamble, and I had a bet on Travis Kelce to score a touchdown, and he scored a touchdown. And I jump up in my apartment, and I'm like, "Let's fucking go!" And then it cuts to Taylor Swift, and you can read her lips. Her lips are just like, "Let's fucking go!" And I'm like, "Absolutely, you get it. You got it. That's good.
I'll see your movie."
You're just like Taylor.
That's right. I'm like, she also had a bet on that touchdown.
I mean, you got to know her.
Say it again.
Yeah,
sorry. What was that?
I said Taylor Swift also had a bet on that touchdown, I guess.
Right. She's counting her money.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
A little bit. Got to see with a couple games. How was it?
It was okay. Yeah.
Well, we both met her, and we've always sort of just been delighted by her way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Also delighted by her way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she was nice to you. She showed up on time and she answered your lame questions. And we were delighted by her way. Is that something? Yeah, her fucking way. I hate her fucking way.
Yeah, I got her way.
That's all it sounds like to me. Yeah, I know what you mean by way. God, she won't stop.
And also, if you didn't understand that initial, it was okay. When somebody says it was okay, the other two start giggling. I don't think that it was okay. Like gets giggles out. Right. So I feel like they admitted like we know where this is going and we're going to keep going with it.
But they also right. They're like the reason you're here, so we're going to try to get something out. And then it's the host that go, yeah, to open like moral calm, like it's almost a pause. And then the mom goes, yeah. That was all the yes. Kansas City, by the way, will play the Chargers, and they're expected to beat them. So Taylor Swift will probably be there. I have a feeling she only shows up to games where it's quite clear Kansas City is going to win. And I also think, I'm making this up, but I think there's a rule that you can't cut to her if her team is losing.
So I think that's how we should bet, right? If we see her at the game.
You could, but I mean, we see the same line that her people see.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I got a feeling she might be there.
Well, I lost $500 a couple weeks ago because I thought Travis Kelce. I was like, Taylor Swift is there. They're going to get Travis Kelce a touchdown for Taylor Swift. They're gonna. And then they didn't. And I sent Taylor Swift the bill for $500.
Good. And she doesn't know who she's paying nowadays. You know, her tour made $4.6 billion.
Yeah, breaking off a piece.
Between merch and her tour, it's easily over $4 billion. That's a country.
Well, we both met her, and we've always sort of just been delighted by her way.
Yeah.
Did Travis say, Mom, if you get on the Today Show and start spilling the beans, You get a little warning.
It's not so much a warning, it's his personal life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's his personal life. But actually, that's the only reason you're here. All right, we're going to now go to fall fashions. Oh, Wells. What do you gamble more on? Was it the stock market or sports? By the way, this answers your question, Khanda. What takes the place of alcohol?
Yes. So I'm not really involved in the stock market anymore. I pay attention to a few things, but I'm not really as heavily active as I was. But I like sports betting because I think it's interesting that at the end of the day, the stock market is gambling. I mean, it's educated gambling, but
sure.
If you lose a bunch of money in the stock market, everyone's like, oh man, the markets are tough. But if I lose $500 on a bet, everyone's like, you're an idiot degenerate. It's like, all right, well, it's kind of the same thing.
Is there a stock we should be watching?
See, that's the thing is I'm way out on it. Honestly, I've been buying.
Is there a team I should be watching?
Right. How do I make money fast?
I would look into volatility. I would given the state of everything that's going on in the world, the way it is, I would look into maybe volatility.
You could buy volatility. That's awesome.
Yeah. The VIX,
I'm going to put my money into volatility. It seems everybody's working with it. Okay. That sounds good.
I mean, look, it's the kind of thing where, you don't want the world to be bad, but when it is bad, there's ways to make money everywhere. So.
Right. Do you ever bet in a way that, like, when you see this GameStop movie, and they make it pretty simple. I don't know if you'd be bored, but it is pretty. I liked it, but it's pretty simple. And you see that the billionaires are the assholes, and they're hoping that GameStop fails, and the regular people are just being funny, but they hope GameStop does well. Did you ever bet on something to fail, like? Hey, I'm not the one making it happen, but yes, this mom and pop will lose their house, but I'm gonna get a couple thousand.
No, I've never really done that. I mean, but that's kind of what volatility is. I mean, volatility is betting on the stock market is going to tank, and I've done that before, and I've made money doing that before.
Right.
So, like with
I saw
everything
the
going
Wolf
on
of
in the
Wall
Middle East.
Street.
What's that?
When you see movies like Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm going to guess when you see this movie GameStop, do they seem too simple for you?
I mean, believe me, I'm not very, I'm not like a big brain fucking genius when it comes to this. So I don't think so. I think it obviously has to be simplified to explain it to people that are going to go see a movie. And at the end of the day, it needs to be entertaining. And I think if you get too complicated, it's not going to be entertaining. So I think it's fine. I don't know.
Even the movie The Big Short, no joke. They cut to Margot Robbie in a tub. That was the big break for Margot Robbie, and Margot Robbie explained it to us while she was in a tub.
That was great. That was really great. That's, the perfect way to explain it. That movie's awesome. I showed it to a girlfriend at the time, and she did not want to watch it at the beginning, and then it ended, and it's such a good movie.
Right.
Now, what were you saying about the war in terms of volatility and the stock market?
Well, it's like stuff like that affects the stock market, and volatility rises when there's conflict everywhere in the world, because, when there's threats of war and there's all these threats of like different, oil prices and all that stuff, that all affects the stock market negatively, and that causes volatility to rise. I mean, if you look at it a couple weeks ago, before all this happened, a couple months ago, I think it was at like, $11 or $10 or something. I think I got a notification today that's like $17, $18, which again, it's a little disgusting to profit on bad things happening. But
what is your profit, or are you talking specifically about one stock? Am I missing something?
The volatility. If you buy so if you bought volatility like a couple months ago, when it was at like $10 or $11.
Wait, volatility is.
Oh, I thought I was
stock.
Joking all this time.
Yeah.
No, you can buy stock market volatility, like the VIX, the
You're being
UVXY and stuff like that.
So you're I'm already out. Yeah, it's not for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we cut to Margot? What's her face?
Right. Can I see Gal Gadot in a bikini?
Well, so basically it's like you're betting that the stock market is going to go down instead of up. So when the stock market goes down, that volatility goes up. And so it's just the inverse. You're just buying the inverse of the stock market.
I remember doing it in the Game of Life, and you really just spun a wheel. So much easier.
Hey, that's that's kind of what I'm doing.
This seems crazy. All right. Well, I mean, you sound like you're doing okay. You're a New York City comic, and you're putting a $500 bet on if somebody catches a ball in the beginning.
Well, I'm pretty good at sports betting, so
That just means he's a degenerate. What are you talking about?
see,
It's
that's what I'm
working
talking
out.
about. In the stock market, you're a genius, but I'm a degenerate.
Have you ever been on a date and talk about this, and does it ever scare people? Like, oh no, I'm dating a guy or might date a gambler.
I mean, not that I know of, but who knows? You know, they could have thought that and just not told me. But
Have you ever thought to yourself, am I a gambler?
yeah, 100%. I mean, I moved to New York from Indiana with not knowing anybody to do stand-up comedy. I mean, that's a pretty big gamble right
Sure.
there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you? How is dating in general going?
You know, it's a little bit difficult. Just I feel like.
Can I bet on that? Can I bet on it not going well? Is that?
Yeah, but you're not gonna like the odds I give you. You're gonna have to lay a lot of juice to get any good
I
money.
see. Okay. All right. How's it
Here's
going?
let's wait. Before you answer that, let's go back to the gambler thing. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Did you ever lose time from work or school due to gambling?
No.
Has
I think
gambling
you're
ever...
saying. I think you're saying I have a gambling problem, right? Of course, he's
Yeah,
a
she's giving me a
gambler.
test. She put on her glasses. She's giving an exam.
Yeah.
Did
She
gambling
tented her
affect...
fingers and put on glasses. I saw the whole thing happen.
Yeah.
How's your girlfriend?
I do not have a girlfriend. I'm married to them. No.
So how's it going in general?
Well, the dating has been a bit difficult, honestly, because I just think it's hard for me to. I'm dating sober has been. It's just different, you know. I've spent the last couple of years dating in a certain way, and dating being able to drink and go out and have a bar and have a drink, and you know, I don't know. I think we talked about this on the podcast I did a while ago, but I think it raises red flags when I'm like, I'm sober. There's a difference between people that are like, I've never drank versus I'm sober. People hear I'm sober and they immediately are like, this guy's a fucking lunatic.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
I think that changes when you get older.
Yeah.
I think women liked it my age when I said that I was sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some people do understand, but I feel like some people, you know, there's definitely people that are like, I can't date somebody that's sober. I've had people say that to me where they don't know that I'm sober and we've just been having a casual conversation and they're like, I could never date somebody sober. And I have to just be like, oh, cool. That's nice. That's good.
Right. Well, then that's a flag on them. Like,
yeah.
Really? Okay.
But you know, I think it's funny too, because it's like, if you go on a date and you are drinking and you get a little drunk and then it gives you the confidence to be like, to say something, to say how you really feel to somebody. And then it doesn't go well. And you can be like, sorry, I'm drunk. I have to just be like, I'm sorry. I just thought that was a good thing to say.
I meant it.
Yeah, do you find yourself to be a little more stiff in first meeting or first conversations?
I don't think so. Honestly, I try to make an effort to be like, all right, I'm just going to be myself. And if that's not what somebody's going to like, then that's not what they're going to like. And I'm not going to stress about it. Some people, like I was never one of those people that I needed to have a couple drinks to loosen up to talk to somebody. That wasn't like a thing I needed. I don't think I need drinks to loosen up. I can kind of be loose. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of tuned out to it, but I don't get nervous on dates because it's like, what is the person I just met that I'm never going to see again? They're not going to like me. Oh no. It's like, I want it to go well, but if it doesn't, I'm not going to hold on to it.
I don't know if this is crossing a boundary. Has sex changed? Because they talk a lot about that, like the first time having sex sober or being in a relationship or having multiple interactions with one person.
Well, I mean, I haven't been in a relationship since I've been sober, so I don't know about that, but
or multiple interactions.
Yeah. But sober sex has not been too. I mean, the first time it was like a little bit jarring because I was like, this is gonna sound bad, but I'm like, well, this is the first time I've had sex sober in a long time. So that was very weird.
What's different about it? The clarity, like, because I imagine with having a few drinks, you can get into that sexual space a little easier, but you know, being more aware, it might be a little more clunky.
It'd be hard to explain for me, but you are more present. You realize after the fact.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it was. you know, I don't know. I don't think it took me longer to get in there because if the vibe, if to get in that space, you know, I think if the vibes are there and if you're picking up on it and, you know, both of you are connecting, it doesn't really matter. I don't think that was an issue. I mean, I think it was the same thing. I think it made it a little bit better because I think I was able to pick up more on when it wasn't working. And therefore you don't have to like force it or, you know, try and force a connection in a certain way or try and like meet somebody in a different thing. You can just be like, I don't know. And it's also like, I think again, I'm getting older. So I'm like, I don't care. What are you're not going to fuck me? Oh no, please. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Somebody will. Somebody's going to have sex with me at some point. It's not going to be you. Oh, please. You know, I don't ever.
You ever go on a date in a sports bar and try to do some, you know, sitcom bullshit and like watch the game, but keep the conversation going?
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
All right, good.
I've definitely been guilty of checking a score.
Right.
Or I'm like looking over his shoulder being like, dinner's on me. We won.
right. I was reading this news story. Tim Ballard, the person who inspired the movie Sound of Freedom. This is a movie about the child trafficking. It's a turnoff to me. That's such a religious movie. The guy that plays Tim Ballard is Jim Caviezel, who's in the Passion, is it the Passion? Yeah, the Passion of the Christ. And he's saying how you know, see this movie. God wants this movie to be profitable. They sold blocks of tickets to religious groups. It became a success through that. I don't know if anybody really saw the movie or just religious people bought tickets to the movie, but it did pretty well. They would go to, supposedly, and I say supposedly because it turns out this never happened, they'd go to other countries and somehow stop sex traffickers. Tim Ballard has just been sued by 5 women alleging sexual assault.
Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time, these religious zealots. 5 women have sued Tim Ballard, whose life experience rescuing children from sex traffickers inspired the movie Sound of Freedom, accusing him of sexual assault and battery. He was also kicked out of the group that this movie's about. It was called Operation Underground Railroad. He made it his own. And they kicked him out, and they didn't really say why, but it sounds like because this kind of behavior, and he started his own organization. Ballard, a former U.S. Homeland Security agent, dismissed the allegations last month against him as false. He denied the claims again in a statement Tuesday through his new anti-trafficking organization, the Spear Fund. They are baseless inventions designed to destroy me and the movement. You know how we all want to destroy the movement of stopping sex trafficking. Us fucking Democrats. We love. I saw something from who's that dude, Hercules, that douche.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the social media. A lot now.
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo, right. Kevin Sorbo like tweeted out like, "Oh, Democrats don't seem to like this movie. Why are they into sex trafficking? Ask yourself that." We love it. We just love it. Because blah, 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 Satan. That's why. They are baseless inventions designed to destroy me and the movement we have built to end the trafficking and the exploitation of vulnerable children. Ballard is a married father of 9. You should be arrested just for that, right? That's not right. Sound of Freedom, the film based on Ballard's life, starring Jim Caviezel, became a surprise box office hit over the summer. The movie developed a devoted following among conservative and religious groups, drawn to his portrayal of Ballard heroically breaking up child sex trafficking rings.
Okay, but can we just go back and just understand that I knew the name Kevin Sorbo?
You really did. You really did.
Like how?
That you got to be a real asshole to be on Henda's list.
No, would you like to know how?
Sure.
He played himself on The Bitch in Apartment 23.
Oh, was he funny?
Yeah, he was there.
That
was a very Taylor. That was a very
Donna Kelsey over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a very Donna Kelsey interview. What was it like? Did you like his way?
I was delighted by his way.
He has a way. Yeah.
The Sorbo way.
Yeah.
I think on that show, they did really good with having the famous people on playing themselves being douchebags. So I enjoyed it. I don't remember him being like an incredible actor, but he had like, 1 episode. So
James Van Der Beek was another one, right? I saw some clip. He seemed very funny.
James Vanderbeek was a main character. He was one of the 4 main characters, and he played himself, and he was a hilarious playing himself. He was a douche with every sentence that he said, and it was just a delight.
So there's the difference between delight and
yeah, I guess
then.
I heard it.
I
heard it.
All right. All right.
They're gonna play that clip on another podcast.
Inception. All right, so we're looking forward to Matt's new podcast. That's a fact.
Yes,
It's
We
gonna
have
be
shows
good.
already done, but no title. It's an interesting way to play it.
We have a loose title. Like I said, I can't come up with anything better, and my roommate likes the Boys House remix. So I'm like,
But you already recorded shows. What do you say? Welcome. You just say that, right?
no,
And
my
then-
roommate goes, "Welcome to Boys House remix."
Well, I guess we did it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
I'm starting to think it's gonna take.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
When does it come out?
We're gonna put up, I think, the first episode by the end of the October.
Okay.
Yeah, so in a couple
That's
weeks.
this month. All right.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
it's not a couple of weeks.
It's one
like 2
week.
weeks.
Get your shit together, because
Isn't it 2 weeks?
kind of, I guess.
Let's see. Today's the 19th. Almost 2 weeks. Yeah. What can
Thank you.
You know what? Fuck it. Who cares? What are we gonna
Yeah.
do? She's calling you an addict, giving you a whole bunch of static. Just who gives a shit?
Yeah, trying to convince me I'm a gambling addict.
She kept saying, "Are you a gambler?"
Yeah, I'm a rambler.
find
I'm
out
a
if you're a
gambler. You know what can I
gambler.
say?
Anything else that people should know?
No, I mean I'm on Twitch. If you want to, if you like video games, if you want to hang out, I have a nice.
What are you
Group of
playing
people-
now?
I've been playing Fortnite with some of the other comedians I know. The new Call of Duty comes out soon. I'll just play kind of whatever. I have a nice group of people that follow me on Twitch that will jump in and we chat. It's very nice. So if you're on Twitch and you want to play video games or watch me play video games, it's just fun. I don't do it all the time, but
Where do I go?
Yeah.
Where do I go?
Twitch.tv/Matt Bachus.
Okay. Matt,
I
by the
just-
way, is in the Dad Emails book that's going to come out fairly soon. And he's
right.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa,
yeah.
I'm in a book finally.
Yeah. Yeah, you did it.
It's
Oh my
coming out
gosh.
soon.
Yeah.
We're
It's
gonna
just gonna
see
be
if we
like,
can.
yes, said Matt. And I'll be like, I did say that. That's me. I'm the yes.
We just want to put a bunch of names on page 1. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It doesn't matter. I'm still published. I will sign it for you if you find me. I will sign Keith's book.
And Matt says, "You guys are sick." Chapter 3.
Yo, that's so funny though, because I remember when that happened. I remember that like very vividly.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
remember where we were for the
Yep.
sick time of
Yep.
the big reveal of who Father Malley really is.
The truth.
Oh, it got
Disgusting.
crazier and crazier. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what we should have. We'll do a copy where every artist signs it
Yeah.
and send that to my dad.
Ooh.
Let me tell you some Keith and the Girl info. Do you have the Keith and the Girl app? You can listen to everything in the Keith and the Girl universe, all our back episodes, all the Keith and the Girl VIP episodes, even Keith and the Girl TV. That's right. Videos we made that are a lot of fun. Get the app in the App Store and enjoy. This Monday on the Keith and the Girl YouTube channel. That's 18 weeks from now. This Monday on the Keith and the Girl YouTube channel, we'll be live with the greatest game show ever made, Silent Trailers. New York Times called it the greatest guessing game ever. That's this Monday, October 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And we'll see you there. Matt, thank you so much for your time. It's good to see you again. I love you're doing well. You're comfortable in your own skin, and that's a joy to see.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for having me on. It's always so fun. It always goes so fast. Sorry for the technical issues, but
I didn't
I'm
even notice.
Yeah. Good. Glad. But thank you for having me on. You guys are awesome. I always have so much fun.
Thanks, buddy.
Also, hey, wait, remember
Yeah.
that I won the silent trailers last time. Don't forget that.
That we are okay. So we'll cut the show off right before that, and we'll talk to you soon.
Oh, Anna saying I can't wait to get my copy. I know that has to do with
The book. right?
your book, but I just want to go back just a little bit where Pizza says nice.